You told me some things back in that podcast that turned out to be either not true or you weren't as fully truthful. I have a clip I want you to watch from that.
Take the power away from the parents, and you say, no, actually, government and the teachers, and we know what's best for your kid more than you. That's so wrong.
Well, that's not exactly what I'm saying. I mean, in general...
You're saying that kids should hide their pronouns.
I'm not saying kids should hide their pronouns. I think kids should be in control of when they tell their parents. I think it's great having parents involved. I think in general, schools should definitely promote and involve parents in decisions.
So it turns out, Travis, Mr. Representative Travis Nelson, you didn't quite mean that. You actually wanted to go further. You wanted parents to just not be involved at all.
No.
According to House Bill 202. 2000, tell me where I'm wrong.
Tell me about what you think House Bill 2002 said.
Well,
since you're calling me on the carpet,
right,
David.
Right, and that's why you're here, and I'm appreciative that you came here. I think we have a good rapport, but we need to talk about some things because I'm pissed off as a parent. There are a lot of pissed off parents out there. They feel like their rights have been taken away, and so I want to hear from your mouth, like, what the hell are you Democrats thinking, especially here in Oregon? You told me, we in that video, in that clip, you said, well, we want kids to be able to, tell their parents and notify their parents. And it turns out you wanted to go further than that because the original House Bill 2002, if I'm not mistaken, it was age 8, right? If transgender, if a kid wanted to change their gender at age 8 or above, they didn't have to notify their parents. And the Republicans walked out. They kind of stalled, they kind of negotiated, and that was moved up to 15. Am I correct? Am I fully correct on that?
I don't think you're fully correct in that.
Okay, tell me where I'm wrong.
If I recall what we were talking about, I think we were talking about coming out and kind of everything associated with that. But the age of medical consent is 15 in Oregon, has been 15 in Oregon, and that's what House Bill 2002 supports, is that age of medical consent, whether it's something having to do with hormones, perhaps, although I think it'd be very rare for there to be a gender surgery.
Right? And vaccines and all that. It doesn't just stop at gender reassignment or gender care or abortions.
The medical age of consent in Oregon is 15.
Tell me how that makes sense, Travis, because you have to be 18 to buy cigarettes. You have to be 21 to drink, to buy alcohol. You have to be 18 to vote. But all of a sudden, you guys saying, the Democrats are saying.
Some Republicans too.
Sure, whatever. They're the same. Democrat lights, I call them. They're not even Republicans. They're Democrat lights, okay? You guys are saying, actually, at 15, I think kids can change their gender and kids can get an abortion. And you know what? They don't have to involve the parents. Tell me how that is right. Because that is so wrong. As a parent, I have a 15-year-old daughter. She's sitting here in this room with us right now. You guys took away my rights as a parent. If something were to happen, she's smarter than this. She wouldn't have never happened. But I'm just talking, not every parent's in my position that has a kid like that. Some parents are more free with their kids, but my parental rights have been taken away because you guys think kids have a better say. You guys think exactly what I said last podcast, which was you think the government and you think you guys and the kids know better than parents. You guys completely took parental rights away.
Well, the age of consent has been 15 for a very long time in Oregon, and not every kid can talk to their parents about issues. Not every kid can go to their parents and talk to them about their health. And so while I'm glad you and your daughter have a great relationship, according to the kids who get molested and get pregnant by their stepdad.
Those are small cases, Travis. I'm talking about normal, I'm not talking about cases of abuse and all that kind of stuff where kids have abusive parents.
There are quite a bit of girls who are age 15, 16, 17, who get pregnant. That happens, and they don't always want to tell their parent right away. And
why is that not the parent's rights to know that child is still legally a minor? Why is it not the parent's right to know that and to help their kid through that process how they see fit?
Because that is not safe for all kids,
according to you guys. In Oregon, so you guys do know more than parents. You're saying,
according to the state of Oregon, age 15 is the age that we've settled on. This has been settled for a long time, David.
I get that, but do you understand where parents like me are coming from, Travis? Parents of teenagers, 15 is what, a freshman, sophomore in high school?
Yeah.
Okay,
high school age.
So you guys are putting all of these decisions, these medical decisions, you guys it under medical care and medical,
It's not guys.
It absolutely
care.
is, guys.
It's medical. Well, we're gonna have to agree to disagree there, though,
Fair
right,
enough.
David?
Fair enough. But
I had this debate for 6 months.
I get
in
it.
the long session with folks across the aisle, and
I'm just trying to figure out: do you honestly believe that is morally right? Do you think it's right that a parent has no say over their sophomore or freshman, in some cases, decisions over their bodies when it comes to abortion, when it comes to you think parents should be not included at all? Do you think the kids have that right to make that decision at that age?
I think at the age of 15, 16, 17, I do think that.
So they can't vote, they can't buy cigarettes, they can't do anything, but they can decide on abortions and gender reassignment surgeries. That's okay with you guys.
Again, you want to go back to a small percentage of people. It's a very small percentage of people under the age of 18 that are having gender reassignment surgeries. Now, are hormones different? Yeah, they are different. But again, I think when it comes to medical decisions, being 15 or older is old enough to make those decisions. And we're just going to have to disagree there, David.
Let me just tell, okay, so let's put aside the...
And I think the majority of Oregonians agree with me.
No, they don't. I'm just telling you right now. I talked to all different parties.
I know the people you talk to.
I have talked to the most Democrat people that will never vote Republican. I have talked to in my community, in my gym, and they all were in disagreement with House Bill 2002.
But David, most parents, I think, want the best for their kids. I think most kids have good relationships with their parents.
Right.
And I think most kids are going to involve their parents in those decisions, or parents are going to be proactive and having those conversations with their children. I think it's a small percentage of kids who are going out on their own, making medical decisions without their parents' knowledge.
Okay, so I'm going to just tell you from a conservative point of view, conservative parents' point of view. Okay, let's put aside the gender issue. Let's put aside abortions. Let's just talk about, like, say if my kid wants to go get the COVID vax, and I'm completely against that. She can go do that without my consent, and I can't stop her. Even if I found out that she can still go do it. If I tell her no, she can still go do it, and she's protected under this new law, and she can go get those COVID shots and those boosters, which don't work, by the way. Am I right, though? Am I right? Under that bill, she could go do that without my permission, right?
The vaccines work, and I believe that before House Bill 2002, your daughter could have gone and gotten a COVID shot at the age of 17 without
So our kids can just inject themselves with whatever.
Well, not a 12-year-old,
whatever,
not a 13-year-old, not a 11-year-old, not a 10-year-old. But I would hope that most parents have a good enough relationship with their kids to where they're making those decisions together and having those conversations.
Do you understand?
I don't have children. I've got lots of nieces and nephews,
Sure.
and I with my siblings, I think they're having these conversations with their children, and I think they're making joint medical decisions.
That's not the point, though. The point is that there is a line that you guys, the Democrat Party, is, and they do it under the guise of safety and health for all. You guys find these little sanctimonious excuses to pass these crazy laws.
We're the ones with the sanctimonious excuses.
I mean, I'm not saying Republican Party's perfect. I'm just saying the Democrats are going so radical.
Messaging. Republicans message way better than we do. I wish Democrats were as good as Republicans.
If that were true, Republicans would be winning, would be wiping the board. You guys, Democrats do such a better job at grassroots outreach. They do such a better job at getting people emotional and manufactured crises and all the climate change, all this kind of stuff. You guys are brilliant. I will give you that, Travis. You guys are brilliant at that. You are good at politics.